Gold Radio Talk, it's about the gold. Gold Radio Talk, it's about the gold. I went looking for some gold today, turned on my radio. Bobby Freedom was talking away on his radio show.
Say hi to Mr. Pomeranke.
How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome now that you're on the air with us.
Hey, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. Our special guest is Kevin Hoagland. Kevin, welcome to Gold Radio Talk. How's things out in Arizona?
Bobby, things are fantastic. First off, thanks for having me tonight. Things are great in Arizona.
Tonight, our special guest is Mike Pung, inventor of the Gold Cube and the new Banjo Pan. Welcome back to Gold Radio Talk. How's it going out in Oklahoma?
It's going good, Bobby. It's nice and calm and just 68 degrees here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's flip that around. 98 degrees.
Gold Radio Talk, it's about the gold.
Hi, I'm Walt Wagner.
Gold Radio Talk, it's about the gold.
I'm Shannon with American Mining Rights Association.
Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Prospector's Choice, home of the alluvial sluice.
Yeah, so I try to tell people this. I'm not making that one up, and I know that iron. So anytime you find a piece of rusty, I don't care if it's a piece of a headlight, if you see quartz starting to kind of fuse onto it and crystallize, there could be gold in there. Check it out.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree. And there's if the listeners are out there, they want to expand their knowledge. I always tell them research orogenesis and paragenesis, because there's a lot of information out there about how gold forms that people are not aware of. And I'm trying to cram that all into this new ebook that I'm making, but I don't want to get it so technical that it oversaturates them with too much information and technology. So the point is, yes, gold does grow. It does form in certain conditions, and it can actually redeposit, like in supergene deposits, and actually become super enriched, where it's very pure and it grows in large masses, and it doesn't have to have quartz with it as a product that most people think of in association with gold. And you'll see that in your supergene and your skarn deposits too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's always picking up a piece of quartz while they're mining, and that's fine, because it could be. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to overlook anything, especially the stuff with the rusty veins through it, right? But that doesn't mean that every piece of quartz, if you're in an area where there's quartz, that doesn't mean there's definitely gold.
Exactly, and that's why I tell people you've got to do the research first, because what applies in southern Nevada, it might not apply in the mother lode countries of California, which of course it doesn't. We have epithermal deposits, they have mesothermal deposits. If you go to Australia, they have laterite deposits. It's all different, so you have to know the basics of the geology of the area that you're in first, because what you hear and think you know might not apply to that particular district.
Yeah, what's that guy's name? Cordell Kent? The guy from...
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to do your Australian accents, Jeff, but they're not that easy to do, you know what I'm saying, mate?
That's not a knife, mate. Now, that's a knife.
Yeah. What does Slim think about... I wonder if Slim could do an Australian accent. That would be a trick, huh?
I don't know, Slim. Do you think you could do an Australian accent?
No way, Joe.
I guess not.
All righty.
Thanks.
If you're a gold prospector, this message is for you. Gold Cube, catching all the gold. Gold Cube, got to cube it or lose it. Gold Cube, it's a hungry machine. If you get the small, you get it all with Gold Cube. When you're ready for gold, you're ready for the Gold Cube. Used by hundreds of mining claims around the world, Gold Cube processes up to 1,000 pounds of material per hour. Now you can capture even more gold with the new Gold Cube Trommel. This extremely well-built machine features a 12-volt motor system, and it's ready to mount right onto your Gold Cube. If you get the small, you get it all with Gold Cube. Online at goldcube.net or call toll-free 1-800-649-0256. If you get the small, you get it all with Gold Cube. Gold Cube. Yeehaw! Look at that nugget. That's what you'll be saying when you pan out a bag of Eureka Gold Sands, the richest pay dirt on earth. Eureka Gold Sands is the original online pay dirt source with 15 years of great products with almost 65,000 bags sold to date. It's the only pay dirt that guarantees natural platinum load nuggets in every bag. Their gold comes from way over yonder at Canadian placer operations, and it's some of the most coarse gold you'll ever see. Yeehaw! They even have them gem bags with diamonds if you're one of them there rockhound types. Eureka Gold Sands is the only pay dirt company with 100% money-back guarantee. So if you got gold fever like me, check them out online at www.eurekagoldssands.com. Loose gold and platinum sales also available. You gotta go to eurekagoldssands.com. Yeehaw! Gold Radio Talk, broadcasting live on Mixlr every Tuesday night. Join us for special guests, free prizes, gold trivia, and more.
Are we on right now?
You're on the air, Dee Dee.
Oh my God! I was watching on the.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Good, Bobby. How you doing, buddy?
You in Colorado?
Yeah.
All right.
Duke Street.
There you go, brother. We got ourselves a winner.
All right.
We got a winner. Don't miss our next show on GoldRadioTalk.com.
Gold Radio listeners, do you know about AMRA yet? AMRA is the American Mining Rights Association, a 501c nonprofit organization in Coulterville, California that fights for your rights to mine. AMRA was created for miners and public land users to preserve and maintain our rights to access and use these lands. AMRA is involved in keeping our access to claims and our rights to obtain minerals on both public lands as well as private claims. Join AMRA today and get access to gold-rich claims in several states, including the Mother Lode region of California. For more information, visit AmericanMiningRights.com or call 209-878-3910. That's 209-878-3910.
All right, and we're coming back with Jeff Williams and Slim in just a sec. I just need to do one quick read from American Mining Rights Association. Folks, this is from Shannon Poe. As you undoubtedly are aware, many management and regulatory agencies are going full speed to stop suction dredging. And so the United States Forest Service is no different and has proposed a new scheme to restrict the number of dredgers that they'll allow in northern Idaho to just a handful of dredgers. They're claiming that they need to do all this because they don't have time to process the forms. That's right, the same agency that's being paid by your tax dollars to manage your lands is saying that they're too busy and it's just too time-consuming, so they need to just limit the number of dredges to make their lives easier. Well, you can fight back. Join AMRA today and get on gold-rich claims while protecting our rights to mine in the United States. Go to AmericanMiningRights.com today. Get involved. Talk to my friend Shannon. He'll answer your questions. They all need to send an email to the. If you care about gold mining and you want to preserve it for the future, you need to get a hold of the Forest Service supervisor and remind them that we're all in this together and we're fighting for our rights. All right, let's open up the phone lines. And Jeff, you want to talk to some people?
Oh, I would love to.
You would love to. Okay, let's give out the number 603-941-3029. The people that were calling earlier.
All right, gold prospectors, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe on our website so you can qualify to win some great prizes. We're now opening up the phone lines. If you have a question or a comment, give us a call at 603-941-3029. That's 603-941-3029. Phone lines are open.
All right, I think I see two California on the line. Let's see who we got here. Hello, you're on the air with Bobby. Who's this?
Jonathan Friend, just driving home from work listening to the show. I had a two-part question for Jeff there.
Go for it, Jonathan.
First question, do you remember when you found your first nugget, and how much did it weigh?
I'll never forget my first nugget. It was, well, actually, this is a two-part story, so I'll tell you the first part. Actually, we were getting ready to wrap it up for the end of the day, and we were doing some metal detecting. And this is out there by King Tut, if you are familiar with that area. It's right next to Gold Basin, and it's the Lost Tut Placers. So we were up there. We're getting ready to wrap it up one day, and there was a guy named Bill Fletcher out there. He was showing us how to find gold. And we were on the side of this little hill where they had dug it out a long time ago, back in the 30s when the King Tut was in operation. And I was getting ready to call it a day because I was tired and it was getting cold out. And so I decided just to swing a little bit more up towards the top where the caliche zone was. And I got a target, and I thought for sure it was probably a boot tack or something, and I was going to walk away. Well, I decided, you know what, I've been here all day, haven't found nothing, I'm going to dig it up. So I dug it up, and it was stuck inside the caliche. And I couldn't believe it. I thought, no, this is incredible. And of course, I ran over and I told Bill about it, and he ran over and said, yeah, this whole area's got them. If you're patient enough to look for them, they're in there. And that was the first nugget I got. And I think it was maybe about a 0.7 grammer at the time. It was just a little tiny one, but man, it was enough for me to get excited. And God, that was years and years and years ago when we first started working the King Tut area. And I'll never forget it. And actually, I still got it too.
Nice. I found a 0.3 for my first one in Vermont.
Yeah, it's really exciting when you see the gold coming out of the dirt for the first time, seeing sunlight for millions of years, and you think I found it all by myself.
And it flashes at you. All right, Jonathan, we got to keep the calls limited because we have other callers. Go ahead with the rest of your question.
All right, second one. How long did it take for you to find your first ounce?
Oh, my first ounce. It's funny because my first ounce didn't come as a solid piece of gold. It was actually a whole bunch of gold that we did in a cleanup. And this was a job that we were doing over there by the Johnny a long time ago. This is over in Pahrump, and we were doing a cleanup. And it was towards the end of the day, and we had actually done 4 cleanups before that. And so when we got done, it all came out to about an ounce of gold. So that was my first ounce, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a solid piece. So for solid nuggets, I would have to go back to the King Tut Placers. That's where I found my biggest nugget, which was a 2.5 ouncer that we found one day. And it was locked up in the host matrix rock, which was the quartz.
Wow,
and it had a little Precambrian rock and schist on it too. So, but yeah, that was my first ounce. Was over there in Pahrump at the Johnny District.
Very nice. Well, I appreciate your time, guys, and I hope you guys have a great show, and I'll be listening.
Thanks a lot,
Hey,
Jonathan.
I really appreciate you calling in. Thanks.
Have a happy New Year when it gets here, Jonathan, all right?
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Take care. 2.5 ounces.
Yeah, a 2.5 ouncer. I'll never forget it.
Wow.
I thought it was a tin can, and it was right up underneath one of the creosote bushes. And and once again, Bill was helping me out with that one too, and he was very instrumental in telling us, because he goes out there every year, and he's even got his own website. If you look it up, it's Bill and Linda's prospecting page.
How you doing?
He's been doing this forever, and he showed us a lot of tips and tricks about that area up at Lost Basin. Okay. So I really have to credit him for a lot of this too, because he goes out there. He literally brings his RV and lives out there.
Oh yeah.
And so he was teaching us where the largest nuggets were to be found out there, and he showed us his collection, and it was really nice, and I learned a lot of information from him. He's one of the good old-timers.
Definitely. Someone in the chat room, if you heard that, put his website out there. Go ahead and say the name of it again.
Oh, it's Bill and Linda's prospecting page. Okay. He's got a lot of good information out there for anybody who likes to do metal detecting for gold nuggets. That's all he does. He uses a GPX 3500. And he can find gold like nobody's business.
Folks, I want you to know we're getting a lot of callers right now, Jeff. People, before you call, walk away from the computer or turn your speakers down so that we can talk with you. Hello, you're on the air with Bobby, and Jeff Williams is here with Slim. Go ahead. Who's this?
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'm Larry Engelhardt from California.
Hey, Larry!
Hey, Larry!
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. How you doing?
Things are good out here. A little cold, but, I can survive. I had a question
come on
for
out
you.
here. It's nice and warm. It's a good 45.
It's chilling Slim to the bones, huh?
Yeah, Slim's over here chattering his teeth. Keeping me
The
awake.
question I had, I know you've been doing quite a bit with rock crushing lately, and I unfortunately I have to do it by hand, all right? But
I hate doing that, using a mortar and pestle.
I see everybody that has a rock crusher, they always get it down to where it's almost like talcum powder. Is it that necessary with, I know you're going to have gold in different host rocks, but do you always generally have to get it down to like 200 or something to get the gold out?
Well, the rule of thumb is if you can get most of that host rock broken away, especially if it's free mill gold, the better. You want to get as much of it as fine as possible because you're going to have all different sizes of gold locked up in that hard rock. And everybody knows hard rock gold is always usually really fine. So you want to break it down as far as you can. Now, if you're doing it like with a mortar and pestle, you can run it through a 30, or you can even get away with a number 20 minus screen. And you can, that's what we normally do when we're out sampling hard rock, is we'll use a 20 or a 30 screen, and you've seen that firsthand. And so, but I personally, I like to take it all the way down as far as I can. And the reason why is a lot of these guys that you see with the milling machines do that is because if there's any smaller, finer pieces of gold locked up in that rock, they want every piece. And you got to remember, these guys are going to use shaker tables to get this gold out, and that's a very effective way to get the super fine gold out, or they use like a Nelson concentrator or something like that to get it out. And then some of the bigger companies, they still use sodium cyanide. And of course, you want to break that rock down as far as possible to get every tiny piece out. So for like the common prospector, you can get away with a number 20 or a number 30 screen and just crush it by hand.
Okay, one other quick question. At the Pomona show, are you going to be lecturing Saturday and Sunday, or what are you going to be doing there?
I'm trying to get that work in. They already got me set up to do the Las Vegas show at Cashman Center, and then they wanted me to do the Phoenix show too. So I'm working with Kevin Hoagland on that, and so we'll see which way that goes. I know I don't have a lot of time, but we're trying to get it set up. But I've got so much going on with the gold tours right now. I don't know if I can work it all in.
All right. I was going to go there. I just thought I might see you there. But
well, I'm definitely doing the Cashman Center in Vegas.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you sometime in the near future.
I hope so. It's always fun having you out, Larry.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Larry.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
I
New
appreciate
Year.
it.
Take care.
Bye.